Hello, welcome. I'm Nick.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Beyond the Closet. So, Sarah and I are really good friends. We've known each other for 10 years
10
now.
years plus.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. I think we met in Sunday school, I want to say.
Yeah, elementary school.
Yeah.
Mr. W.
Yes, shout out to Mr. W.
Yeah.
We got in trouble all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I ripped up his paper. I drew on his notebook.
They were like, you guys need to be separated. We were like,
yeah,
why?
We were separated.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Anyway, we've known each other for a long time, and we've always loved similar storytelling.
What we really bonded on was LGBTQ content.
Mm-hmm.
So, books, TV shows, movies. Did I introduce Heartstopper to you?
I knew what it was.
Okay.
I think we had just talked about it a few years ago because we both knew what it was.
Yep. And then we watched it together.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you discovered Red, White, and Royal Blue.
And I told you about that.
Yep, and I became obsessed with that. I watched that movie several times over.
It's amazing.
Bought several
Can't wait for the
versions
second
of the
one.
books.
Yes, you did. That's right.
Yep. And then, as of recently, Heated Rivalry came out on HBO Max last year in 2025, and
We're obsessed.
we dove headfirst into it. Bought the books, we bought jerseys. I have a sweatshirt with a loon on it embroidered that says Stupid Canadian Wolfbird.
We have a Shane and Ilya shirt. We've made bookmarks. We've done so much
bracelets,
stuff.
Bracelets.
We've done so much for the show, and it's just inspired us to make this podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about all things LGBTQ romance related stuff.
Yes.
And so we just love Heated Rivalry so much. Shout out to Rachel Reed, Jacob Tierney, Hudson Williams, Connor Story, Francois Arnaud, Robbie GK, everyone involved in the show.
Yes.
So wonderfully talented.
And HBO Max
and
too,
HBO Max and Crave.
They're the reason that it was brought to America.
Yes.
Otherwise,
thank you,
just stayed
HBO.
in Canada.
Thank you, HBO and Crave for creating it.
Yes.
So thank you, Crave and HBO as well.
And Quinn for Ember and Ice.
Yes, Ember and Ice as well. Yes, that's correct. We love you all. We love all of you guys so much. So yeah, this inspired us to make this podcast, and I was telling Benjamin Roy about it. My interview will be out by then.
Yes.
But JJ from Heated Rivalry, I interviewed JJ. He was so nice, so kind, and so fun to talk to, and he was so sweet and so humble, and he's really excited about this podcast. And he said that he would, if I want to hit him up, we can have him on sometime. And I said, sure, absolutely, we'd love to have you on. We'll give you, we'll give you a heads up if we want you to be on here. So Heated Rivalry has just been a big part of our lives for the past few months, and we decided let's do something with this.
Yes.
And we want to talk about it to the world, rather than just us talking about it.
Yes.
So we're just currently obsessed.
Yep, because we could spend hours just talking about any content related to LGBTQ.
Yep.
And I think one of our main goals with this podcast is bringing to light small authors and unnoticed books.
Yes.
Ones that you just pass by on the shelf at Barnes & Noble, pick up, look at the cover, put down. We want to read those books.
Song of Achilles needs to be some kind of show or movie. I would say show. And
fan cast, I really want Connor Story to play Achilles.
He would work so well.
Would he?
Yes. He would do so good. Honestly, anything with Connor and Hudson will do amazing. Regardless of what it is, it'll do amazing. Yep. It'll be perfect. Their chemistry is beautiful and so amazing, and they're such incredible actors.
They are.
So
truly.
I agree. But yeah, we love gay stories, and we want people to be able to we want you guys to be able to talk to it about with us, or that sentence doesn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to talk to us about it, and I want people to comment about it, or their thoughts on new episodes or shows or movies or whatever.
And comment any thoughts and questions that you guys have, because we would love to respond to them anytime. That soon enough we'll have multiple segments running on the show in which we'll read the book with you guys. We'll do a little book club. We'll ask you to ask questions, bring to light any thoughts that you have, and we would love to give you a shout out. If you have content, we'll bring you on to the podcast and
possibly,
talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we we want to invite authors on, do interviews with them, bring
Actors.
them to light, promote their books. Actors, if we get big enough, then we could bring Connor Story onto here, do
Connor and Hudson. Yeah, like everyone, come on. You're invited. We love you all.
Please.
We love you all.
Please.
Everyone involved in Red, White, Royal Blue, Heartstopper, Heat Rivalry, Madeline Miller. Like, come on. We would love to have you on. This is just our start. You know, like, we have no idea where any of this is going to take us. But I have a really good feeling about it.
Yes.
So we just hope you guys stick with us on this journey, and thank you for being here. And now, you and I recently finished Game Changer.
Yes.
Which is the first book to start the Heated Rivalry book series.
Yep.
And we want to review it. So we're going to talk about it because you and I haven't really talked about it yet. I don't think we've really talked about it yet.
We haven't had a full-length discussion about this book yet.
So that's why I was like, we should do it on here.
Yes.
We should do it on here, in our jerseys, eating heart-shaped cookies because why not? Yep. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this Game Changer review. Okay, so Game Changer, Scott and Kip.
Episode 3?
Episode 3 of Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
Yes.
They cover all of it, and then some of it in rows, and then in the last episode.
Yeah, it all like intertwines. It's so. What I love about this is that this intertwines within Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
And it's so cool, and they did so well with the episode too. Francois and Robbie knocked it out of the park. They did so good as these characters, and I really want to see more of them in season 2. Please, 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 please. Anyway, Game Changer was great because it goes right into it. It is the opening scene of the 3rd episode.
Yes.
It is the opening scene of the Straw Plus Berry.
Scott walking in, ordering a smoothie, and then
meeting Kip. And that's how it starts. And their anniversary was recently on when they met a few days ago. January 14th was the day that Kip Grady learned that hangovers and smoothie blenders don't mix.
Yes.
Which was very recently. And I made a video about it. Anyway, oh my God, they're so cute. They met and, you know, they get to know each other and they kind of have this feeling. They're like kind of looking at each other. You know, it shows that in the show too.
But, you know, Scott has a lot of nerves because he's not out yet. At this point in the book, he's not out yet.
Yeah.
But Kip can very much feel like his gaydar is in tune, and he can see that. I think he can recognize that Scott might be different, and so the 3rd visit, I believe the 3rd or 4th visit that Scott comes into the smoothie shop, he decides to. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I know he decides to sit down. And in the book,
he does sit down at one point.
And in the book, he sits down at a booth specifically seated so that he can watch Kip.
Yep.
Granted, he's on his phone doing emails, but in reality, he's just watching Kip.
I was just saying, yeah, I think that was like that in the show too, except he wasn't in a booth; he was at a table. But like, same thing.
He was at a window bar, but he was facing away from it.
But yeah, like he was sitting in the booth in the book, and it was very similar in the show.
Yes.
And he's kind of like, it's one of these, like, where they look at each other, and then the other one look back and they're like, oh, no, I wasn't looking at you. Like, you know, one of those.
It's kind of like, will they, won't they?
It was very, like, will they, won't they type deal.
Yep.
And then, like, in the show, obviously, it progresses quicker because it's a show and they only have so much time to do things. Yes. But in the book, it builds up more to those moments. I want to say in the book, there's, like, a scene, like, you know, you see way more of them because it's, you know, it's an entire book about them.
Yeah.
Rather than an episode.
There's much more detail.
Because you get to see, well, there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of detail, very detailed.
That is true. That is true.
Which we like. But I really liked it because it was so good for their relationship, and it showed how patient Kip was.
Yes.
Within that relationship, and how supportive he was of Scott. And he was literally the sweetest. Kip is so freaking sweet, and he deserves.
So patient.
He really is.
So patient.
He was frustrated, but he was still so patient because he loved Scott.
Yeah,
still does love Scott. But his friend, Elena was very protective of that.
Yes.
Was like, you better not screw this up. Like, don't don't play with him, you know, like he's not someone to mess around with, you know, like he really likes you, don't screw this up.
Like during the dance in the show, what are your intentions with my Kip?
Correct. And it's like that in the book too, except she doesn't say those words, but like it's very like, hey, don't hurt my best friend.
Yes.
You know,
she's a very beautiful character because she is so headstrong and like do not mess with me kind of a personality.
Yep.
And I think that's so wonderful for Kip to have because there might be a lot of emotions there that Kip is not willing to say out loud.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about when you get your gay package, it comes with a female strong best friend. Hi. And
correct, she is mine.
yes. And she continues on to explain to Scott how miserable he is. Even though Kip won't say it, he won't show it, he is miserable. And so that's how she goes on to saying he deserves sunshine, but as much as she is in support of mostly Kip, she's also in support of Scott.
Yeah.
And
because she gets it.
She does. And she goes on to say, you deserve sunshine as well.
Which I really like about her. And it's just very... It's a little different in the book, but like the book also has a lot of like we said, details that you don't see in the show. Like it shows almost all the games they watch because he goes over to Elena's a lot and watches the game.
Yep.
And like, you know, things like
goes
that.
Goes to the bar with Kyle there.
Yeah, and we see Kyle.
We do. We get to meet a lot more of Kyle in the book.
Yeah, Kyle's in the book a lot more, and there's a lot more. I love it because it shows the perspective from the books. It's the perspective of Scott and Kip, but it's not like, hey, this chapter's called Kip, this chapter's called Scott. It just goes back and forth, which I really liked.
It's written in third person, just
I
like
really
Harry
liked.
Potter.
Yes, and I really liked that.
Yes.
I thought that was great. I think Rachel delivered on that character development as well.
Yes,
and I think she showed those characters evolving throughout time, which was really great. And Scott is probably one of my favorites, just because like. I relate to him a lot. I get it. It's scary coming out. It really is. It's terrifying. I was terrified to come out. I was telling you about this.
Yes.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who's going to accept me, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, there's a lot of what ifs in that scenario.
Yeah.
Which is scary. That's part of anxiety. I have anxiety. I could see why Scott had anxiety.
Yes. Because
he was, you know, on a hockey team, and he didn't want to, you know, be treated differently or anything like that, but like he is so brave and so brave.
He was so strong, and I think the reason he chose those specific people were because he knew that they would be so supportive, which is huge in the NHL. In this book, it's technically the MHL, Major League MLH, Major League Hockey, because you know.
Is it okay? I didn't know if it was.
So
I thought it was the NHL in here technically.
So because of copyright issues.
Is it really the I thought it was the NHL.
It's the MLH, Major League Hockey, because and we don't have in IRL we don't have MLH because that's usually for books and for TV, whereas in real life it's the NHL, National Hockey League.
I thought they did say the NHL though.
It might be. You might have confused it with the Major League Hockey.
Well, right here it says NHL.
NHL. Oh, maybe it's just in the show then.
I think it's like, it says, I do, it might just be in the show. Yeah, but it says, I do appreciate the NHL's dress code for team travel, Kip said. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he was in like a really nice suit and tux.
Yes.
But, yeah, you're right. It might have been in the show where it was MHL.
Yeah.
Or MLH.
Yeah. Major League Hockey.
Yeah, but I think in the show, I think in the book it's NHL, and I think it's just the New York Admirals are not a real team.
Correct. The New York Admirals are not a real team. Neither is the Montreal Metros or the Boston Raiders.
No, they're all fiction.
They're all fiction.
But some of them are inspired by stuff.
Yes, they are. So, granted, we're supposed to be talking about game changers, but anyways. So
sidetrack.
The Montreal Metros and their major rival, by the way, with the Boston Raiders is inspired by the real Montreal team versus Boston team, because Boston Bruins and I cannot remember the name of the Montreal team in real life, but Either way, in real life, they do have a huge rival. It's probably one of the biggest rivals in all of NHL history. And so that part is real. That part is true. And the other part that's true in the show is the Boston Raiders are supposed to be one of the number one most hated teams. Everybody hates them except Florida. Florida is the only one that they have got fans there.
But yeah, Scott and Kip are freaking, oh my god, they're adorable. I love them so much.
Yes.
They are so cute. I cried in the show in the end when he doesn't get to go to his birthday dinner. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. I remember watching that with you. So I remember watching that with you at your house. And we were just like,
yes.
That's how it ends! And we were so upset.
It was so disappointing. And then you get to the beginning of, I think it's the Rose episode, right before they cut into Shane and Ilya. He is running furiously because he's so angry, and it just, you see that part of it, and you can tell that that's the part where they're not talking, and that was probably for a couple weeks.
That was in the book too, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably for a couple weeks, and then finally they...
Episode 5 is one of the best episodes. Oh my god.
Oh my god, don't even tell me.
Oh my god. I'm going to show it on the screen right now. It's one of the best episodes ever. In history. I'm not even kidding. On IMDb, it has a 9.9 out of 10. It's number 2. It's right below one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad.
Because it's such
Hugh Vavre is right below
character arc. And character redemption.
And heartwarming.
Yes.
And so sweet.
So sweet. And I think it's the best part about that episode is when...
We reacted to it, too. Do you remember that?
Yes.
We reacted to it.
I think that's actually the episode that really, tuned me into the show. Officially.
You liked it before.
I did. I did like it. But, I wasn't as deep into it as I was until I watched that episode. I love how the episode, obviously it starts out when, I don't remember exactly how it starts out, but it starts out with...
Episode 5?
Yes. It starts out with Shane and Rose in bed, and it was not a great night.
Yeah.
And it goes into Rose saying, "Meet me at dinner. Let's get dinner, just us." And she turns out to be one of the most supporting characters.
Yes.
She becomes Shane's best friend. She talks him into... I think she is the reason that he was able to get the confidence that he did. And be able to come back to Ilya. Yep. Understanding himself a lot more and no longer having those panic attacks because he didn't have a true self-identity until he met Rose, and Rose helped him figure it out.
Yeah, and I loved that for him. Yeah, she was so sweet, and the actress did such a good job as well. But yeah, I love the 5th episode. But back to Game Changer, so good because you see so many more details within this. You see their development over time, how everything comes together. One of the craziest parts is when... Do you remember when Scott tried to pay off his student loans?
Oh my god, I felt that.
Oh my god. It was what, $50K?
It was.
It was a lot of money.
It was... Yeah, I think it was $50K. And understandable. I mean, both sides are understandable.
Both sides are totally understandable.
Because Scott has so much of this money just lying around.
He doesn't care about it,
He doesn't care about it. He doesn't use it. Even his apartment is, in the book, I think it's, hardly finished. Because
it's, not even done.
He's never there. So why keep it nice? Or why, it's always
I know
clean.
what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it does not look lived in because he's never there.
Yep.
And... So, and he doesn't have any parents, no siblings, probably doesn't have any, really close friends either. He has his teammates, but he doesn't have any friends outside of this.
Yeah.
And so, he just doesn't know what to spend his money on. And so, he has an abundance of it, not knowing what to do with it, has no one to give it to. And then he meets Kip. And Kip has this...
I'd do anything for him. You know what I mean? He's sweet as...
Scott has this kind of personality that he just fell head over heels for Kip and wants to do anything and everything that he can to please him. However, Kip's downside, which I would love to see how this plays out later in maybe another book or later in the show. Maybe, what's his name again that produces it?
Well, I know Jacob Tierney's the director and creator.
Jacob Tierney will do something with it, and Rachel Reed will do something with their story to progress it more.
Yes.
But
I don't remember the producer's name, but I want to say that Jacob Jr. created it and directed it, and obviously Rachel Reed wrote the books.
Yep, he did. And they work fantastically together.
Oh my god, I know. They've become
so close. And but my whole thing is with Kip is, and I don't want to use the word ego, but he has this.
But I get it.
Yes,
I get it.
He wants to pay off his student loans himself because it's a pride thing. If he asks for help, then he
doesn't want to feel like a charity.
Yes, he does not want to take pity. He doesn't want to feel like a charity. And so when this beautiful, handsome person comes into his life and offers him all this money, he does not want to feel like a gold digger.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing is Scott is rich and has a lot of money, but Kip is not dating him for his money or his title or his fame. None of it.
Yeah.
He's dating him because he just loves
him as a
person. Yeah,
he didn't even know.
Yeah, he had a crush on him before he knew. And so that is just a huge thing right there. And it's so sweet to see those stories where the main character the two main characters, they fall in love, but one person is not dating the other for their looks, for their talent, for their money, or whatever it is that is so special about them. He just loves him for him. And he just wants him.
I know.
Even though he's in $50,000 in debt, can't make it into school.
He does get in eventually, though.
He does get in eventually, but, can't find a job, can't keep himself steady, still lives at his parents. The best thing that's ever happened to him is Scott. And he doesn't want Scott to tarnish the moment by saying, oh, well, let me do this, this, and this for you, because I can do that. And I understand Scott's point of view, but...
He wants to help him. That's his baby. He does,
but then Kip also...
Well, I mean, Skip. That is their ship name.
That is true. Kip doesn't want to be a charity, like you said.
Yeah, he wants to be able to do things on his own. He doesn't want people... He doesn't want to have people do things for him, and I get that. And, I'm sure he appreciates it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell he appreciates the gesture for sure. But, he's also well, I want to be able to do this on my own, regardless, But Scott's just oh, but I love you, I want to be here for you, and I want to help you. And he's just such a sweetie pie. And they both are. And it's oh my gosh, that part made me want to, cry, because I was just holy crap, he wants to pay off all of his student loans. But he eventually does get into school, and eventually, by the end of the book, he does get a new job. I want to say he starts working at, does he start working at the Kingfisher?
Yes, he does. He starts working at the Kingfisher because Kyle offered him a job.
Yep.
He starts working as a bartender, making tips, and it is going to pay him so much more than that stupid smoothie shop.
I know, but we love the smoothie shop, though.
It's cute.
It's cute.
But...
It's a great part of the story.
Yes.
It's the original
that
they met. Exactly. Straw Berry. I'd go there if I knew Kip was there, or Scott. I'd just be oh, you guys are so cute.
Want to go to New York and play Heated Rivalry with me?
Yeah, let's go see if we can be hey, so I'm gonna apply here, and I'll keep you updated, okay? I'll let you know if anything happens. If any hockey players walk through the door, I'll let you know.
Maybe we can get our health insurance back then.
Correct. But yeah, it's very we canceled our health insurance to start this show.
Not you see really. This? The cost of 1 month.
So and the Diet Coke.
No, this was my dental insurance.
Yeah. Oh, fair. Yeah. So I don't know. I love...
And the camera was my car insurance.
I love these two so much. Oh my gosh. I loved them from the start. And, when we saw Heated Rivalry, the show, that some people were a little confused as who these people were. When we started episode 3, we were who are these people? And we were oh, these are actually the original, these are the characters that started this. They started this all. And it was the fact that this all takes place within a few years. I think it's a little different in the books. I want to say it's a few weeks. I want to say, because in the show, it's a few years later that they kiss on the rink. Is it weeks in the books, or is it a few years?
It's months.
Months? I want to say it's months.
No, it's weeks.
Is it?
It is weeks, because he ends up with Rose Landry at one point he ends up with Rose Landry. At that point, they're broken up.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably broken up for a few weeks. Maybe.
They are Scott and Kip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they end up.
They didn't even know what they really were. They didn't really have anything figured out yet.
They didn't have a label yet.
And not so... really. I mean, they talked about the word boyfriend, but they didn't, like, label it. They're like, oh, yeah, you're my boyfriend or whatever. But they never really, like, officially labeled it.
And I think
Shane... You know what I mean? If that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah. And I think Shane and Rose were only going out for maybe 2-3 weeks. Because they hung out a few times. She went to a couple of his games. And then they broke up. And they literally broke up probably like a day or two before the All-Star game. And after the All-Star game, that was maybe a week long. And
because that's when Ilya and Shane were playing together.
Yep. And then they come back and Shane is on Ilya has to go to Russia at some point and then figure that out. And that was a week. He was gone for a week. And
I'm just trying to think if it's different in the books though, because I think it is. Because in the books, I want to say it's a few weeks apart, and then they eventually kiss on the ice.
It is a few weeks apart, I think, then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it was a little different. But, like, I get why they did it the way they did in the show. I get why they did it the way they did in the show, because they could only do so much, and it wouldn't have lined up properly within Ilya and Shane's timeline. It would have felt odd to do it randomly in one of the episodes.
Yes. Because the whole thing on the rink is really what inspired Ilya to be like, I'm coming to the cottage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why it fits. That's why they had to do it that way, because it worked.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
And I don't know if it's that way in the book yet. I'm still reading Heat of Rivalry. You zoomed through it. We'll review it eventually. But we want to review... We were going to review every book. We're going to read all 6. And then in September, we're going to read Unrivaled as soon as that comes out.
The Long Game and then Unrivaled.
Well, correct. That's what I meant by all 6 books and then the newer book.
Yes. Yes, okay.
So... get ready for that, because that's gonna be a great episode. But yeah, I love Game Changer. It's honestly one of my favorite books. I read it within like a week, I think. Like, it did not take me long at all, and I freaking love it so much.
Maybe 2 weeks. You started it before you left for the cruise, and then you were on the cruise, and I didn't get to talk to you for like 4 days.
I'm sorry.
I will never let him live that down.
No,
I'm so lonely.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I read a lot of it on the ship. I read a shit ton of it on the ship. And then I finished it when I got home, so maybe like a week and a half. I'd say. Like, it didn't take me long at all. I fell in love with it immediately because I loved that episode. And I knew, I was like, I gotta read this book. And I didn't even have the physical copy yet. I read it all on my iPad. But I was like, I can't not get the physical copy. This is one of my favorite books ever.
Yeah.
Like, I love having physical copies. They're amazing. But our plan is to read this. So we've read this. This is checked. This is done. Next is Heat of Rivalry. I started Heat of Rivalry. We'll read that together. We'll probably talk about that on our next episode together. We'll review so we're going to review a few chapters within Heat of Rivalry, within each book, and then we can do a full review.
Yes.
So after that, we'll read the ones in between. I'm excited for the characters we don't know. I'm excited to find out about those characters, because I'd love to see them be...
One of them is the ballerina from episode 2. Not ballerina. Figure skater.
Oh, really? Oh,
because it's on the cover of the book.
Is it?
I can't remember which book it is.
Is it Common Goal? Tough Guy?
Common Goal, maybe?
Common Goal? We'll have to figure it out. I didn't know that was...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because, okay.
Oh, wait, yes, and he's in this too!
Yes, he is!
His name, oh my god, what's his name? Don't tell me, because I was literally texting you about it the other day.
Is it Price?
No, it's
Price
Bennett!
is one of them.
Bennett! It's Bennett! Our passion. It's Bennett. I remember Bennett because I think it's Common Goal.
Okay.
I want to say it's Common Goal, because they talked about Bennett. Bennett was one of Scott's friends. It was Zulo that was a pain in the ass. And they got kicked off the team because, like, was
he being too violent?
He was just, he was the worst.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, my God. And Scott was just like, he did not like it.
Yes.
He was getting so fed up with him. It was ridiculous. And he was getting so mad.
That.
He was like, oh, this guy's such a pain in the ass. I love this book.
But yeah, so one of them is...
Bennett.
And
he's a hockey player, too. He's on Scott's team, I think.
Yes, he is, because in episode 2, as they're at the Sochi Olympics, Shane is sitting at the table with his very fuzzy shirt, by the way.
Oh my god!
I want that.
I
jacket
want it
so
too.
Bad.
I want it too.
And
with the little Canadian flag on the side.
Yes. And he is sitting there waiting for Ilya to respond, and he's getting all stressed out and everything. And then who knocks on the window? Scott and Bennett.
That's Bennett? No.
Maybe it isn't.
That's
Bennett?
not Bennett.
Who the hell's Bennett?
That's not Bennett. That's
I am warm.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's not Bennett. That's someone else. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Hold that thought. Sorry. I want to say his name is let's see. I know that actor's name is...
Take a shot every time I hold up a peace sign. Because I'm bisexual and weird.
Bennett. I don't think Bennett's in this series yet.
It's whoever is hanging out with...
Okay, so this is Bennett.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Bennett.
That's Bennett, and that's not Bennett. Okay, so Bennett's not in the show yet. We haven't met Bennett yet. He's in the books, but he's not in the show yet.
Okay.
But I can't remember the guy's name, but I know who you're talking about. That's
Yes.
another one of his. That's another one of their friends and teammates or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's also a really good actor. He's also in another Netflix show called My Life with the Walter Boys.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What? Do you know what I'm talking about? He was in My Life with the Walter Boys. I can't remember his name, but he was in that show.
It's at the very beginning of episode 3 with Scott and Kit.
Yes. And then it starts their story.
No, but Shane is talking about my...
Oh! That's staying in there. That shit was funny.
That was great.
That was really funny. I'm glad nothing spilled. I loved Game Changer.
Yeah.
It was so good. It's so good. It's one of the best books I've ever read. And I'm sure there's going to be great ones too. Like, everything Rachel Reed is beautiful. So well done. Anyway, this has been our first episode of Beyond the Closet. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We will have new episodes Thursday nights. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here. I am Nick, and this is Sarah. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See you guys.